The Renewal Center, it has its own light, and it has its own intentions with drawing people to that light.
We've had so many people show up, they didn't know what we were whenever they got here. They didn't know what they needed when they got here. They came here because they were drawn here. Or maybe they wanted to have some waffles at our cafe. And once they were in here, they were invited into a different pace, a different level of honesty. Everything slowed down here. Once they knew that they didn't have to put on airs or pretend to be something they weren't, then they got to talk about some of the more difficult things. And we love that around here.
It's healing to eat here, you know? It's healing to receive here, and it's healing to give here.
When our pain is confronted, we become transformed by it. And we believe that the best example of that ever was Jesus, and that Jesus didn't do that in order for us not to have to. Jesus did that in order to show us how. And so we get to follow in that. And so when people show up and they're in the middle of their brokenness, we just look at them and say, man, you are so close. You are so close. You think you're 100 miles away, but you're right there.
We're more than like a room full of people that have really flubbed up our lives, you know? We're rooms full of miracles.
My invitation to you is to show up, and that looks like getting on our website and booking an appointment. We can get to know each other. We can just talk and hang out. You get to share your story. It can mean just show up and have some of our delicious gourmet food downstairs. It could look like show up at 6:30 on a Wednesday. You're going to be invited in. Everybody's invited to share, but nobody's obligated to do so. So if you want to be a spectator, come be a spectator. It looks like inviting you to show up over at Main Street Crossing down the street at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. Join a group of people that are learning how to reconnect back to themselves, reconnect to God, reconnect to each other. And that's our whole mission. If you are in a place in your life where all the cares and worries and concerns of your life are kind of all piling up and adding up, and life just isn't working, I'm so happy to report that there is hope. Just keep going. It's not here to stay. It came to pass. It didn't come to stay. And we would invite you guys to show up here, and you are going to get encouraged to keep going. That it's all good in the end. And if it's not all good, it just means it's not the end.